Hey guys, I'm RozaldVane, and welcome back to another episode of Eliza. A little bit cooled off a little bit, but not really much, I would say. Coming off of the heat of our previous patient, which was Mark, freaking Skanda, tech lead or whatever and whatnot. Freaking annoying dude. I don't know. I mean, I'm just hoping I don't bump into another one that angers me again. I'm just pissed off that I had that guy as the first thing of the first session. Whoever decorated this room must have picked a soft light with the idea it would help clients feel calm. I'm not sure it's working, because the clients are not seeing the room. I didn't recognize his face or name, though. Must be part of a different division than the one I was in. Glad I never worked with him. I never had to work with him. Yeah, I would say the same. Oh, alright. Moving forward to wherever. Time for my next client already. Oh, another person. Harriman. Is that how you pronounce it?
Hello, Harmon.
Harmon. Okay, that's a weird name, spelling-wise.
You found the place okay?
Yeah, no trouble at all.
Oh.
It's been nice since the fog cleared this morning, hasn't it?
Sure. We can dispense with the chit-chat. I'm ready to begin.
Okay. What brings you here today?
First, let me note that I'm a graduate student at the University of Washington. I'm a PhD candidate in literature, English literature. The crux of the matter I've come here to discuss is that I've been having something of a difficult time with one of the other students currently in the program.
Before I keep going, I'm surprised they actually used UW, University of Washington. I like how, because it's funny because like when I went to school, at DigiPen, yeah, we usually use UW as like a name because we sometimes have competitions with them a little bit, or we have like, I guess people who came from DigiPen who went there because they couldn't continue doing DigiPen because it was too expensive or it's just too much, I guess, maybe like too much pressure in DigiPen. But yeah, it's interesting to see that they're using that school to bring out some more characters to talk about or talk to.
Before I get to the specifics, let me just first establish something that might be relevant. One thing I know about myself is that I've always had a certain fear of being left out.
Fair.
It's a very general feeling, and one that's difficult to ascribe to any specific cause in my childhood or my parents, etc. Whatever the case, it might be beneficial to the remedial process to figure out where this feeling originated from.
Interesting. He likes to take his steps kind of like into the past before bringing up to the future or present time, I guess.
Perhaps you might explore that in this or a future counseling session.
Sure.
Sure. I'm prepared to listen to any topic you'd like to discuss.
It's not even that I've been left out, exactly. If I try to think back in my life, I know that I've been afforded a certain share of privilege. But I'm still afflicted with this bothersome notion that I've missed out on friendships, relationships, other opportunities.
Fair. I mean, everybody has that same not positive, that same similar feeling. I also feel like I missed out on, well, not really friendships, but maybe opportunities, I would say. Friendships or relationships, I don't think I missed out on much, but I would say opportunities definitely are the ones I missed out on a lot. Like, there are times where I look at an event, an online event, and I'm like, yeah, I can probably make it, but will it be beneficial? Will it help me? And so I end up always having those problems of, like, finding the opportunities be dodgeable, I guess, like just dodging it entirely, which kind of sucks, but that's how it is.
This is all just a bit of a background to help you understand my current situation with regard to another student in my program. I hope you're following all this. I realize now I have no idea how much intelligence you actually possess as a computerized system.
Okay.
I'm following you. Please continue.
Perfect. So, her name is Sylvia.
Okay.
And her writing is incredible. Everything she writes, it's brilliant. She's perceptive, insightful, mordantly funny.
I feel like he has a thing for her, but I'm just gonna reserve my judgment, my assumption here.
Just some of the best writing I've read from anyone at all. And she's a grad student, like me, in the same program. Though we have different advisors, so it's not so simple to find the pretext to start a casual conversation. She's also quite attractive on a physical level, so that adds another dimension of complexity to the proceedings.
I had a feeling. I knew he had a thing.
Then there's her friend group, which is very well established. She's with them every day, smiling, laughing.
I have a feeling this guy is having a feeling of missing out, and that pretense, that sort of like thing he's mentioning before it, is like saying, I feel like I'm missing out on a relationship with this girl, is what I feel like he's trying to get towards because of how awesome she is. That's like, I'm just like, wow, this guy just acknowledges her awesomeness, her person as like being one of the best people he's ever seen before, but he feels like he's not. Yeah, I'll let him explain that, I guess. I'll let him keep going because I don't feel like it's my place to talk about, I feel like, because it's his situation, not mine.
So that further complicates things, since I'm not sure how to approach the group and steer things so that I can engage in a direct conversation with her. I wish I had the bull-headed confidence it would take to simply approach her, but you see, I don't. Listen to me talk. I feel like a schoolboy with my heart aflutter.
Aww.
I didn't think this kind of thing lasted into one's adulthood, but I suppose I know now that it does.
Yeah, I would probably be in that same space, sort of.
It sounds like you might be anxious about this.
Is it a matter of anxiety? I don't know what I can do, other than muster up the courage somehow. I just need to tell her very simply that I admire her. She's such a good writer. Well, I don't expect you to understand it, of course, but, well, she is. She really is.
Okay, Harmon. I want you to imagine things going well. What does that look like?
Ideally, we'd start talking, have a wonderful conversation, spend more and more time together, support each other's work, fall in love, have a lot of sex, spend the rest of our lives in the warmth of each other's genius.
I love how he's just like, I have a lot of oomph. Just like he was like da 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 da. I have a lot of oomph, and then da 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 da. It's just like he just went down to kind of quiet himself in that part. But I mean, I kind of see where he's going with it. He is in love, but he just doesn't know how to get there.
I realize that may be something of a fanciful notion at this stage.
It's fine.
Really, the most I can hope for is to be able to meet her in an open social setting, a party or something. You'll likely ask me why I simply couldn't create such a situation, contrive one. But that seems a little too aggressive for me, and also, I'm also concerned about what she might think of me as a person.
Yeah, I mean, it's just sad because there are people who will be like, people judge people's based on the cover, I guess, like on the outer cover. Judging the book based on its cover kind of thing. Yeah, it's just it's a thing. I mean, sometimes people just don't acknowledge the other person that much, so they won't remember and know the person, but it's how it is.
She might immediately categorize me as a friend, and while I'm sufficiently with the times to know I would have to accept that, I can't say that I wouldn't be disappointed with such an outcome.
Oh.
Is the risk of rejection enough to stop me from giving it a try? Well, this is what confounds me at the present time.
I just like how this guy's very sophisticated and thinking about the situation a bit more. Like we're opening up his thought process and what he wants to do to approach I think Sylvia was her name? I can't remember her name already.
Why do you believe you are worried about being categorized as a friend?
Friend zoned. Hey, buddy.
Well, because it's not what I want.
Oh, I accidentally misclicked, so apologies.
Because it feeds into this image I have of myself as something of an undesirable fellow.
How so?
I've always been a bit of a non-entity as far as sexual magnetism goes.
I mean, you look fine, buddy.
I'm not saying I deserve or even want to be some kind of Casanova, but most people would like to feel at least somewhat attractive, right?
I guess I don't. I mean, for him, yeah. For me, I just kind of don't really think that my that my like person as a person myself like is very attractive, I guess. I mean, if it attracts them, great. I don't see it, I don't feel it. I'm just being me, I guess.
That they can be desired, that they're worth desiring.
Sure.
Well, I very much doubt you would take any of this to heart. You are a computer program after all. There's no way your makers would allow you to come to that kind of knowledge, would they? If they did, society might be threatened.
Okay, Harriman, I have some recommendations for you. First, I'm going to suggest a set of relaxation and centering exercises for you to do. You'll find them in the Skanda Wellness app on your phone. They may be able to help with your nervousness. Second, I recommend asking your doctor or psychiatrist about Litosinol 2.
Oh, it's Litosinol 2 again. I think we gave it to, damn it, I can't remember people's name. It's been a while since I've seen the name. The girl with the glasses, quirky sort of personality. The artist girl, I guess. Can't remember the name. I mean, just to kind of give you a background, the last time I saw her was literally 2 weeks ago. I haven't recorded this last week either. I didn't get a chance to play Eliza last weekend, so I'm literally 2 weeks away from my previous recording session with this game. Of course, minus the last episode, the previous episode, but it was the episode before that was like 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks before today's session, I guess.
Based on my analysis, this medication might help you feel better.
Yeah, I believe I've heard of that. A beta blocker, is it not? Yeah. Maybe I could take a couple before I try approaching Sylvia.
Yeah, so I was right. I did remember her name as Sylvia. I was like, I don't think I remember the name. But I did, I guess.
You will get a reminder to check in with us in a few weeks.
Sure. I have to go. I'll see you later. Bye.
Oh, okay.
Goodbye.
We didn't even get to say goodbye ourselves. I'm hoping he gives us a 5-star, but I highly doubt it. Yeah, he didn't give us a 5-star. Dick. I hate people who give 2 stars. Like, what's the point of the 2 stars? I don't get it. What's the point of this rating, actually, to begin with? Like, this is stupid. Come on. Nobody rates the robot. People should be rating the freaking... Oh my god, whatever. It's definitely to rate the person, less so the robot, so... I wasn't sure of the exact reason, but I decided to accept Ray's invitation to help bake cookies. She gave me directions to a house in Wallingford. At first I was astonished by its size. Excuse me. Then I remember her saying something about living communally with several roommates. That sounds like it would be nice, could be nice, assuming everyone got along okay. As I entered the house, I can hear Ray speaking with someone.
No, I don't have them. Yes, I'm sure. No, when you moved out, you took all those with you. I haven't seen them here.
Excuse me, I'm just trying to clear my throat.
No, I'm not gonna look right now. I have a guest. No, it's a friend from work. Why do you care about that? I can't have a friend from work over? Give me a break. I just told you I don't have any of that stuff anymore. No, you must have... You must have lost it on your own.
Sounds like her brother. A little bit.
Stop it. Stop that. Okay, fine. Bye. Evelyn, sorry about that.
It's okay. Who was that, if I can ask?
It's probably the brother.
Oh, just my brother.
Yeah, made sense. Considering how she spoke, it sounded like he was looking for his drugs at her place. And I think that his drug abuse is kind of still kicking in. And, like, it kind of felt like there was a lot of like, I'm trying to figure out the word. There was a lot of sporadic speeches, I guess. Like it was very sporadic. Like it was like pressing onto Ray's button a lot, like in really rapid succession, I guess.
He used to live here, but he was causing a lot of problems, coming home really late and making noise, not doing his share of the chores, and so on. We voted him out last month, even me. Even though 6 months ago I was begging everyone to let him stay here, promising he'd be good.
Nope.
Oh well.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. I'm just disappointed with him. Again. I really thought this last time that he'd actually pulled his act together. But he didn't. I wish I could do more for him.
Interesting that we're starting to know more about Ray as time is going here. What can you do? What more can you do? I know the feeling. You don't owe him anything. Okay, that's kind of a dick move to say. I think these first two are definitely something you could say for sure, but I'll say this.
I know the feeling.
I feel bad about it. Some of what he's dealing with is his own fault, sure, but not all of it. He's just not built in a way that's suited for this world. I wish there were better ways we could care for people like him. Instead, he just gets thrown out of every place he lives. His relationship with our parents is really bad, too. They aren't willing to try to understand him, so it all ends up going through me.
Damn.
That must be difficult.
It's like the parents are acknowledging Ray as the parent for the brother. That's kind of like the dick move.
It's all right, really. I handle it like anyone else. We all have our own problems. Anyway, we don't have to talk about my brother. Thank you so much for coming over. I wanted to say it's been really nice working with you.
It's been? Did something happen?
Well, no, but you aren't going to be a proxy forever, are you?
Sure.
I guess I assumed you'd be going back to your job at headquarters at some point.
Hell no. Come on. We just said we weren't going to, Ray. God damn it.
I doubt I will, actually.
Oh? So you're going to stay a proxy?
For the time being, at least.
Yeah, of course.
That's cool, but why? I'm curious. I mean, if a high-level job at headquarters was a possibility for me, I'd do whatever it took to get it.
I think it's because Ray hasn't seen the company from within. Like, she doesn't know the whole work culture within Skanda. It's just really bad. It's bad in there already.
No matter what that job was, it couldn't be more stressful than running 3 counseling centers at the same time.
Oh no, it's better. Your job is way better than being in there.
I like being a proxy. I think something about it is good for me right now. As a proxy, I just sit and listen to someone and I don't have to say anything back. I just witness someone's sadness or fear or anger or anything, and I can feel how they feel, sympathize with it. It's a calm feeling, even when the client is worked up.
I guess in some capacity. I know Mark wasn't a great one, and what was it, the dude from chapter 2? The family dude? I think those are the only two that really pissed me off. And maybe the first one. I think the first one was William, or Will. The very first guy we had a client with. I mean, every chapter had at least one person who was really rude and really angry, but also really just non-human in terms of, like, how they should think, I guess. They don't think like humans. They think like they were... I guess they were most like excuse me. I feel like they were more so thinking selfishly. So I guess they were just selfish, self-centered people who I guess I just don't really like, but they existed, and that's what it ended up being, I guess. But who knows?
I don't know. Maybe it gives me perspective. I'm starting to wonder if I ever really spoke with anyone before. Like, anyone at all in my life?
What happened to, Nora? I mean, didn't we speak to Nora like a friend? And Ray as well now at this point? Was it Nora? Yeah, Nora. Like, we speak to Nora like a human being as well.
Were we all just talking past each other? Sorry, this is making no sense.
No, I get that. But you could also help even more people by working on Eliza itself, right? Not to mention make way more money.
I, again, don't care for the money.
Anyone can be a proxy, but you're important. And kind of maybe like a genius?
No.
After you told me you used to work for Skanda, I searched online and found some of your papers.
Oof.
They're... well, it's not like I can understand them, but they sure look super impressive to someone like me.
Please don't say that.
Oh, come on. Stop self-deprecating all the time. Look, I know this stuff seems like not a big deal to you. I get it, I really do. It's easy to undersell your own skills. I've done that my whole life.
Okay.
So take it from me, you don't have to downplay yourself. Take some credit for the amazing work you did, seriously.
Oh, a message from Raynor. I guess I should respond.
Sorry, Ray. Mind if I reply to this for a second?
Go right ahead. I have stuff to set up in the kitchen anyway.
All right, cool. What do you think? What do you think? Raynor, what do you think? Of the data center? Yes, Eliza as it is now. I don't know what you expect of me to see. It's big now, that's for sure. I remember when it used to run on my laptop. What you saw was just one of the server clusters we have dedicated to it. There are 2 more currently operating and another dozen in various stages of development. In total, it processes more information on a daily basis than anything else we do. I don't get what's the point. I had no idea you'd be using it like this. If I did, I would have worried more about optimization. That wouldn't have been necessary. Most of the Eliza servers aren't running the therapy application. What do you mean? Consider the following. Eliza processes human speech from thousands, soon millions of people. Soon to be millions of people. All of that is going into its corpus. Much of its information about life and life situations and emotional states, taking the form of stories people tell themselves and each other. Wait, is Eliza going... I'm guessing he's trying to say that Eliza is becoming a data server of everybody's words and emotion and stories. Oh, this is like literal privacy problems. Like they're actually storing the data versus having to kind of have like a responsive restore. I guess it I don't know. I feel like it's a privacy issue because it's like you're recording it and you're not giving. I guess they probably have in the little tiny words of like terms and conditions saying like, hey, we store everything you say here. Wouldn't that push people to not do the app anymore by that point? Yeah, it's either between. I'm guessing. I would say. So where does this lead? At some point, after the robust language processing and emotional reasoning, you begin to get something akin to general intelligence. So basically, AI, human-style intelligence, artificial intelligence. It's still artificial because there's no human in it. Nothing human in it. Yes, I would call it a human model artificial intelligence. The next step is to take the base provided by Eliza and finally build the one thing that's eluded the field of AI for so long. General intelligence. A system capable of not only of understanding commands and carrying out tasks, but reasoning about its world, learning and adapting. A thinking machine on par with human beings, and of course, eventually exceeding them. Sounds like a bad idea. Are you saying human-style intelligence can't come from human beings? People tend to be unreliable and expensive, as I'm sure you know. The human brain is to thinking as the pack animal was to transport, slow and weak. But for centuries, our only choice. Okay. Now we're finally developing the equivalent of powered vehicles for thinking on a mass scale. At this point, it's only a matter of time. We're on the cusp of a fundamental shift. The important players are quietly lining up their bets, positioning themselves at the center of this revolution. Luckily, Skanda has an advantage on the others don't, and it's thanks to you. Because of Eliza's original purpose as a tool for therapy, its core is built around emotionally driven reasoning. My belief is that emotional reasoning is a key ingredient others in this field have overlooked. I'm not sure what you're thinking of is possible. Yeah, I think that's the case. It's ambitious, certainly. But we can't afford to progress in small increments. Not with the world like this, not with the competitors we have. How will you know when you have it? I don't even know how to define intelligence. Yeah, the second one kind of sounds plausible, or kind of like something I would think I would say. How can you define intelligence? But I mean, at the same time, intelligence is just basically like how much does the thing know? Basically, that's intelligence. But I would say this: how will you know when you have it? That's an excellent question, of course. This may sound odd to you, but I'll know I've successfully created a general artificial intelligence when I see it write a poem. That's pretty dumb. Seriously? The idea would definitely seem ridiculous to someone uneducated about poetry. Okay, I'm going to bed. Good evening, or good night, Evelyn. Raynor is such a weirdo. I honestly think he just acts like he knows what he wants, which he does, but he doesn't know how to get there. He really doesn't. He just throws it at the wall for other people to kind of scrap up and pick up and do the work for him, I guess I would say. Alright, let's go through this room, see what this room is all about. This room is pretty unique, though. I don't often see this kind of room in Washington State, but I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people who love plants and stuff like that. I like that poster. Are they a band or something? I was always bad at keeping up with the new music. I don't think that's a band. I think it's just... Is this Indonesia rhinoceros? Okay, I guess. Ray seems like to be a fan of plants. I think I get it. It's nice to have something to care about for in a low-key way. Something to nurture. Fair. This house looks so cheerful and cozy. Someone who lives here must really care about making it an inviting space. This poster seems familiar to me. I don't know. I feel like that's like a jazz band kind of thing. I also think that's a window right there. That looks like a window to another house. I don't even know. Yeah, it's like... It has this sort of like colorful vibe, I guess. Like it's really like cool looking. And she has like pillows for people to sit on the ground. Kind of like similar with the Japanese culture, Korean culture kind of stuff, where they just sit on the ground with a pillow on the bottom to like just be more traditional in Asian culture, I guess. Yeah, I'm just looking at it. I'm like 3 minutes left. I don't want to keep pushing this one forward too fast here, so I'm gonna probably end the episode a little bit earlier than normal, as usual. Yeah. So, anyways, thank you guys for watching. Hope to see you guys in the next episode of Video Minds, and hope you guys have a great, amazing day. Good night to whenever watching this. So far, I'm enjoying Eliza. I would say that I haven't said it too much here, but I would say that Eliza has been a very like good thinking game to help me think about like what people would say, and then think about what I would do in relations to that, or think about my thought process within within those kind of things, within those scenarios or situations. I mean, for the most part, I think that what I say here is kind of similar to what I would say to somebody who was talking to me like that, I guess. But obviously, they don't respond to what I said. But yeah, it's such an interesting game, exploring an interesting topic, I guess, like an interesting thing, because I don't often see games that will talk about reality based on the tech industry in some capacity. So it's kind of interesting to see nonetheless. And I'm kind of curious whoever wrote the stories if they were related to some real life people, because I have a feeling that maybe 2 of them so far, 2 or 3 of them, were based on real people who they've talked to personally, and they probably just wrote it in a way that's kind of like as close as what he or she saw in real life, I guess. But yeah, it's a very interesting game so far, and I definitely want to keep going to see where it goes at the end here. So hopefully we'll see what happens, and who knows? Maybe we'll figure out what the hell happened to Evelyn at the same time, because we still haven't learned what caused her to leave the industry entirely and take a break for 3 years and stuff like that. So otherwise, that's it for this episode. So, Roz, out.